So here's an example of how we are right when we feel something, or rather, we don't feel right about something. But kind of everything else around us and everyone else around us would disagree, or does literally disagree. So I had probably the biggest yet kind of dark night of the soul, lasting for at least about 2 years. I think it was like 2017 and 18. Um, yeah, and into 2019, so relatively recent-ish. Um, and at the other end of it, as I came out, or throughout, and then as I came out and since, I kind of my takeaway, one of the takeaways from that time was that when I follow my high energies, like excitement, so joy, um, it's actually excitement more than anything. And I know the flavor of that energy. It is kind of fizzy. It is kind of bubbly. It's like, yay, yay. um, that doesn't. I don't trust it. That was my takeaway. Not to trust it. To sort of just really not react from it, not act from it, not decide from it, not make decisions from it. Right. Um, And it was like something I didn't really say to anyone particularly, as I would imagine. Oh, what do you mean, excitement? Why wouldn't you? It's your sign that it's for you, that it's like great, and da da da. And yeah, that's what I thought. And okay, don't get me wrong, it's not like anything that happens, truly, anything that happens to you, certainly to me, it's how I view it, so something is bugging me that. Happens not just for a reason, but it happens to make you a better person, if you like, or to evolve you. So, so nothing's wasted. In that sense, it's not wrong, but it's like the lesson I wish I learned to be earlier. And it's like I say, it's not about not following your bliss, not following your happiness, not following your joy, your heart. Absolutely not. But it's a very distinct flavor of the happiness. Let's say this kind of excitement. Sorry, I don't think I'm actually looking at the camera. Sorry about that. That I identified as actually not actually like a sign not to follow it. And then I probably kind of took it too far in the sense that because I didn't know what to do with it, so I'd wait for it to completely calm down. Or rather, I still would act from it. That's another thing. I mean, I have acted on. I did reduce radically and drastically the sort of the field within which I acted on these impulses, and but every time would land me in situations that I like regret immediately as they happen. And so, but like I say, it's like, it must be something wrong with me because, who would ever agree with me that I'm right in not following this? And then it's human design that actually helped me with this, kind of put the name to it. And I was like, oh my God, I had a proper cry when I read that. It's like I felt seen and like, well, of course. So I have this gate 6, which is, I think I've referred to it a few times here because it's a big one for me anyway. So I have I'm a generator, if anyone's out there into human design. I'm a generator, pure generator. Well, actually, am I splenic authority or sacral authority? I'm not sure. Actually, haven't looked into that, but I follow my sacral nowadays kind of thing, which could be splenic too in a way. So my kind of gut, whatever. Anyway, so I'm a generator, but I have undefined solar plexus or emotional center, so called. So that makes me like an echo chamber for other people's emotions, which is, yeah. But half of the population is like me, and half of it is with the defined, and so the defined ones emit the emotional wave, and we are just like reverberating for months later, and they're like, "What's your problem?" "Oh, it's fine." Anyway, and yeah, so, but I have one gate. So each of these centers have like so many gates coming out of it and whatever. Anyway, so one of those six to gene key 6 is attached to the emotional center. So it's like an emotional gate, or the gate of emotional center. So it's yeah. So what it means when you don't have a defined center, it means that you don't have a reliable and consistent source of energy. You don't have a source of energy. So you borrow from other people. So when I'm around other people with that center defined, it's like I become more emotional, or I feel their emotions. So I kind of have a source of emotion, but it's them. So that doesn't mean that I can't love or I'm not emotional, but it's not that way necessarily that they have to go. They kind of wake up not knowing why or whatever, they're feeling a certain way. In other words, when I'm on my own, like me and my partner are the same. We have the same undefined emotional center. We are just, it's like the oasis of calm. It's just, there's no drama, there's just normal, just, oh my God, heaven. So anyway, but with these 6 gates, still, whenever you have, even if you have an undefined solar plexus, you still have, if you have a gate, you still have that, when it comes to emotions, that you do feel you kind of have to, and particularly 6th gate is to do with connection, with connecting with others. Well, everything in emotional center, I think, does. So, and that's kind of the thing of mine. Whenever I feel that excitement, I actually want to reach out, because I'm like, look how happy I am. I don't want anyone to look at me being happy, but I just feel so happy. I just like want to do something with the happiness of that fizzy, sizzly excitement. Yeah, so, but the thing is, and in everything I've read since in human design about the 6th gate, is you have to, even one of them says, the guy who founded human design says, I advise people or couples with that gate, even if one of them has it only, to wait till they're calm and they're just indifferent or something, till they're kind of, or in the lower wave of that gate for connection, to see if they still feel the same, and then to make the decision whether to connect or. So I say it was like a dam broke and burst. I was just relieved. It's like, of course I was right all along not to follow that sizzling thing, or fizzy, really. Sizzling would, it's quite kind of nice thinking of food, but fizzy, I don't like fizzy drinks, so fizzy is the right word. And it is, the feeling feels, that energy feels, I don't like it. It's almost like I need to just do something with it. It's just, I want to get rid of it. That's the kind of feeling I get. Even though it's like great, seemingly great, I actually can't wait to get rid of it. I just need to release it, right? So I look for the victim. But I certainly feel like one, although maybe they do too, I don't know. But the point is that I just like regret connecting because of all that excitement. Within minutes or day or hours, I'm like, just don't care really. And again, I don't mean I don't care. I mean, I do mean I don't care, but not about them. I just haven't, it's gone. The point is, that is gone. I have nothing. And they're still riding on that wave themselves, or they're just like, you start a conversation on that note, and then all of a sudden, and then you arrange to go for drinks, like, oh yeah, because you feel, yeah, of course, and the time for drinks comes, I'm like, I can't bring myself to go. So I would go, but I wouldn't, or I would cancel. Actually, probably more likely I would cancel. And yeah, so in that sense, the person maybe wouldn't like it, and I get it, but yeah, the point is not to, the first point is to trust. So I should have trusted my own instinct. I shouldn't have felt so fucking wrong that something is like wrong with me. No, I'm wrong. Like, I was right. For me, I was right, and that is how I should have been, not act on those fizzy energies just because I want to get them out of my system and I just don't know what to do with them. Actually, to wait till it's gone, to then think, do I still want to connect with that person that I almost reach for the phone to call, or if I still do, then connect. And I'm gonna be enough to saying this now out loud publicly, not that anyone's listening, but that doesn't matter. I will be doing that very thing like waiting and then connecting or not.